Good morning. I'm so excited. Who's awake? Who's out there? I am in downtown Tampa, Florida, because, drum roll, nobody's in here. Who's awake? There you are. Guess what? I get to go do an audit, a real audit today with none other than the singing John Felix. Yes, I'm super excited, you guys. So if you don't know John Felix, go sub to his channel, because we're gonna do some stuff here in a little bit. He's on his way. So I've been visiting Florida, and I made a drive today to connect with John. John and I haven't actually met in person yet, so this is really exciting. You're awake. Good. It's the middle of the day for you. Well, it's 10:30 here, East Coast time in Florida. So it's 8:30-ish back in Colorado. So I don't know who's watching. Probably no one from Colorado. It's probably everybody from the East Coast anyway. Yeah, John is phenomenal. John and I met over a video a couple years ago of me being thrown through the doors at the Morgan County Courthouse out in eastern Colorado. Oh yeah, the 3-hour time difference. Sorry about that, I forgot. Terry, hey! Very cool that you're here. So I wanted to test out my cell service and see if I was going to be able to live stream. So I should be able to. I got plenty of juice, plenty of phones. We're just going to go do an audit over yonder here and see how it goes. I'm excited to see John, hang out with John. And I think John's going to sing today right here in the park. John does a lot of good singing. He's a street performer, So yeah, I'm excited. But I needed to follow up on this little incident. Planet Fitness. You all remember the Planet Fitness debacle, correct? Yeah, Planet Fitness. So I renew my membership after being gone for 6+ months. The first day I go into Planet Fitness in Littleton, I renew my membership and take a picture. That's very, very important. That day they asked me to upgrade my picture on my membership, and I was like, okay. And so they took, their little digital picture with the computer. Very important to know. I worked out. I got there a little after 5 p.m. I don't know, 5:15-ish or so. I left the place at about 10 to 7. Right before it closed at 7. It was a Sunday. I went right next door to King Soopers, was doing some shopping, was accosted by those 2 cops that were doing an investigation for 3rd-degree burglary. They were going to detain me. They didn't know what for, blah, blah, blah. Hi, Miss Jamie. But that video is on there if you want to go watch it. So the next day, of course, I did a records request with Littleton PD for that case report. Well, I got a call the next day from the investigator that said once the case was complete, I would get that case report. Filofax. So I got that case report the other day via email, and lo and behold, it wasn't me that committed 3rd-degree burglary by taking somebody's backpack out of an unlocked locker the day that I was in Planet Fitness. So this report goes on to talk about how this victim, who they name the victim, but they black out the name of the accused, which I've never gotten a police report like that. It's always been the other way around. So there's only one reason that they should be redacting the name of the person that was accused, and that's because they're a minor. So I haven't gone back to Littleton PD to ask them why they redacted that information, but I plan on it. So what happened, according to this report, which, and by the way, Bashard, the big, roided out, tatted white cop, yeah, he never wrote anything in his report about making contact with me. Not one word. The other one, Officer Rocha, wrote in his report that he tried to explain the incident to me, and I immediately got furious. That dude flat out lied. He lied in his report. He never tried to explain shit to me. He never articulated why and where he was really even making contact with me. So what ended up happening, according to this report, is this young lady went into Planet Fitness at like 4:34, long before I ever got there. She went into the locker room, apparently put all of her prized possessions, to include earbuds that she wasn't wearing while she was working out, keys, a couple other named things. That was in the beginning of the report, but by the end of the report, when her backpack had been discovered, she was missing all kinds of other things: clothing, makeup, Ray-Ban sunglasses. So that's the victim. But she'd gone in there at 4:34, and apparently she missed the one person that actually followed her in there minutes later, like 3 to 4 minutes after she'd gone in there. The actual thief, according to the report, I'm not sure I believe any of it. I think a lot of it is highly suspect, because I don't have, yeah, Terry, true story, because I don't have the name of the accused. I can't verify this story. And so that's the kicker to this whole report, is that they didn't redact the victim's name, but they redacted the person that was arrested and accused. So that's public record. So I have no idea why Littleton is redacting that information, but I got to follow up on it when I get back. So the thief follows this girl in there, and the girl, who I'm assuming was a minor, I don't think she was, though, because she can't get a membership as a minor. Well, maybe she could. Maybe she's on her parents or something. I don't know. But she had a car, and so she apparently goes into the locker room, and she puts all her valuable stuff in an unlocked locker. Goes out, does her thing, goes back in the locker room at about 6:15, and discovers all her stuff has been stolen. All her really valuable ear pods, workout equipment, gloves, ankle weights, just weird shit. All of it's gone. Her whole backpack is gone. And so she calls cops, and thus enters that equation where I said that I was leaving Planet Fitness at about 10 to 7, and I see two cops out in the parking lot talking to what looked like a couple women by a white car. I really couldn't see what was going on. I didn't have my glasses on. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything I needed to record. And I go over to King Soopers, and an hour later, I'm accosted by those cops who Bashard eventually says, "You were a named suspect because you were acting suspicious." Yeah, leave the ear pods in the backpack while you're working out. Yeah, I doubt it. And so I'm apparently the only person that could have possibly committed this crime, because in the police report, the detective who eventually was assigned to this, Detective Pinover, finally got video footage from Planet Fitness and put in the report that he saw the person that he was able to verify later at King Soopers with the video. He saw this person walk into Planet Fitness minutes after this girl did and leave within like 20 minutes after being there. She promptly, supposedly, went over to King Soopers and used her credit card. And so when the cops showed up, here's where this all came together about how they were able to identify me. So the Rocha guy put in his report that the victim was shown multiple pictures of people from Planet Fitness that day. multiple. She picked me only, as being the only person that could have stolen her backpack. Why? She was shown multiple pictures, and I was the one because, according to her, I was just walking around and I looked suspicious. So what about the other person that actually stole her stuff, who was also walking around, but only for 20 minutes? I wasn't just walking around, I was walking from place to place to place in Planet Fitness to do my cardio, my legs, my arms, and I went to the bathroom 2 or 3 times. So I was walking around, but she picked me because I looked suspicious. But what's interesting is she told the cops that this suspicious person had on a red or blue shirt. So even supposedly after being shown multiple pictures, the staff at Planet Fitness must have said to her, "Oh, you mean this woman who's wearing a bright neon pink tank top? She must have been the one. Here's all of her information." So not only to the cops, but to the victim. Showed the victim my personal information. Yeah, and that's how those really smart cops deduced that day that I had committed third-degree burglary. Yeah, real fucking smart, huh? So, I find the whole thing still not easily verifiable because they've redacted the name of the accused, who they said ultimately was arrested in Lakewood. So the detective on the case was able to figure out who this person was, but in between all that, he just randomly got a call from the Lakewood Police Department, which is a jurisdiction over. It doesn't take long to get into Lakewood, just a few miles west of where that Planet Fitness was. Apparently, this girl was arrested in a stolen car and had the victim's driver's license and credit cards. And so whatever database law enforcement uses, I'm sure it's something that alerts an arresting agency that there's an open case in another agency. Lakewood requested the report from Littleton, and ultimately Littleton transferred the whole case over to the Lakewood PD. So probably not, Terry. It's really not lawsuit material, I've been told. When you do a civil rights lawsuit, you have to remember that you have to show damages, okay? And 5 minutes of being detained when I could have just walked away and told those cops to pound sand is not grounds for a civil rights lawsuit. Further, some other people definitely identified me as being the accused of committing this theft. So the cops technically would be considered to be doing their job. I mean, no jury in the world is going to go, "Oh yeah, that wasn't appropriate for them to contact her," because you had a bunch of people behind the scenes that were lying. Now, were those cops fishing to try to get me to admit it? Hell yeah, they were. And now I do have a few regrets of ever opening my mouth, because that is another prime example of cops getting you to say things to incriminate yourself. So yeah, for the people that were scolding me about even answering any questions at all, you were right. And that could have gone south in a hurry. Yeah, released my personal information to the victim as well. Yeah, by showing my picture. But here's another interesting thing, and I really honestly think that they did this intentionally, so I would not think that they had my personal information. They put my address and all my phone number information in this report from 10 years ago. There is nothing on the record, including my driver's license, that connects me to 10 years ago of my personal information. And that's what they put on the police report. And I believe that Littleton PD had me in the system because I had contact with them many, many, many years ago. My neighbor was a Littleton police department. Thanks, Jack. Have fun doing laundry. So that information they had was from 10 years ago. Yeah, you're right, Gary. Just never talk to the cops. But in that situation, like I said before, I was really curious. I wanted to do the questioning to figure out what the hell was going on. And so for that part, I did okay. But I really should not have confirmed that I was in Planet Fitness. I really should not have confirmed with them my name. I shouldn't have. I should have told them to get fucked and get out of my way. However, as I said before, I wasn't looking for a physical confrontation, and cops in the past have been incredibly physical when they're not getting their way, having nothing to do with an investigation, okay? But more so control. So, okay, Terry. So, Terry, you know, you could call me too. So if you're still listening, get my phone number from Keith and we can talk, okay? So anyway, that's the Planet Fitness story, and it's a bunch of shit still, and I do plan on following up with that when I get back to Colorado. But for today, I am super excited to be in downtown Tampa, Florida. I'm on a work trip out here in Florida, finding a little bit of R&R time. The motto is 2 hours of hard labor a day leaves the rest of the day for play. So I'll have to put in 4 hours of hard labor tomorrow. Yeah, Michael, I mean, you're right. That's federal, but we're talking very local. Very local municipality, state statutes. So they were conducting a criminal investigation. And I really have a feeling that Littleton is going to let them get away with that. And the commander that's responsible for my IA complaint, he's on vacation. So I don't know when I'm going to get a response for that. But at the very least, I think the documented unprofessionalism needs to be addressed. Okay, Michael, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you, but that's not the level that we're dealing with on this. I've been through this a few times, so I understand it. But yes, everyone is exactly right. I should not have said a word. I should have stood there in silence and continued to record them. And I usually do, you know, when cops are asking me my name, but this one just really caught me off guard, and I was really most curious. So I probably did a little more talking than I needed to. So let it be a lesson to everyone, especially women. Just don't say a word. I mean, you should exercise your rights. We talk about this. You need to exercise your right to remain silent. Use them or lose them. And that's what we're going to do today, I hope, here in downtown Tampa. I'm excited. Florida is so beautiful. Was I in Planet Fitness? Am I here to testify? And that's still, what a bunch of shit with Planet Fitness. What a bunch of shit that they did that. I just happened to be there that day to renew my membership. Clearwater is better? Oh, I don't know. Tampa, I'm not staying in Tampa. I'm on a beach out in Longboat Key, so that's pretty beautiful. I haven't got kicked out of there yet. Yeah, it's hard to be silent when you're being accused. It's kind of like that, a fight or flight natural defense mechanism. You want to be like, what the fuck? DJ Kata, hey, how are you? We're gonna go do an audit. So, I'm on this audit kick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna, well, there's nothing left to pull. They solved the crime, but I am most interested in how they're gonna handle their internal affairs complaint, because they have no process. The Littleton PD has absolutely no process in handling IA complaints, and they have no body cams, of course. You know, we passed a law in Colorado. All agencies are required to have a body cam program implemented by 2023. Yeah, being unprofessional is a plus when you want to join the cops. It's a interrogation tactic that they like to intimidate people into self-incriminating. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Miss Jamie, Crystal River in Inglis, Florida. I haven't been all over Florida. I'm sure, I know there's just beautiful parts. I haven't been to the Keys. I did the whole family vacation thing to Orlando multiple years. That, you know, well, you see that once and I'm kind of done with that. Yeah, that's interesting, right, Michael? So if anybody wants to call Littleton PD and ask them when they're going to respond to my internal affairs complaint and define a process to handle complaints, because they have no process. They like you to just go online and submit your little comments, and if you want to, you can go in and talk to them, but they're not going to confirm that they got a complaint from you. They're not going to outline a process time-wise in how they're going to handle it or a response. And that was one of the things that I asked for in the actual complaint, was that they define a process, because I've had success with things like that before. Denver Fire Department has now implemented a complaint process, because I needed to file a complaint several months back about a fire with some homeless friends, and it took me days to be able to even find out how to file a complaint with the Denver Fire Department. And so now they have an online process, they have policy, they have a defined chain of command that even those complaints go through with Denver Fire. So, who's Bob Silva? Is this in Littleton, Christopher? Yeah, do it and make them define. Yeah, make them define a process. It's bullshit. So I think John's gonna be here any minute. So I'm probably going to end this stream. I just wanted to check in, give you an update on that stuff. And I miss everybody in Colorado. I'm getting updates. A few people have cell phones out there, so I'm keeping tabs on what's going on, Officer Chavez. Yeah, I know what you're doing. And don't get caught on video. I'm just saying. Yeah, DJ, we will go do it. I loved how you handled that out in Aurora. So, ooh, from the Philippines, huh, Richard? Yay. So, again, to end, John Felix and I are, and I think someone else, I can't remember who he told me. So we're going to do an audit here in downtown Tampa. And, you know, I'm just along for the ride. I'm just a spectator. I'm just that innocent, helpless woman that's going to walk around with a camera. I'm excited. I'm so excited to meet John in person for the first time. He did an interview with me a couple years back from being thrown through the double doors by the now sheriff of Fort Morgan, Colorado, out in eastern Colorado. Yeah, we're gonna film it, but should my live stream not work, go to John Felix and subscribe to him as well. It's John, John, Felix, Filax. Filax. John Filax. Bohica, how are you? Yeah, give me lots of thumbs up. John is the bomb. He is totally the bomb. So if you want the lowdown on the Planet Fitness thing, watch this stream, back it up. They sent me the report. It's a bunch of bullshit. I still need to follow up on stuff when I get back. And if anybody feels inclined to send an email or call over there to the Littleton Police Department and ask them when they're going to respond to my complaint, that'd be awesome. Because I really don't think that this complaint needs any more investigating. It's pretty clear, right? Thanks, Miss Jamie. And he's got good stuff. You'll love watching John. He's got some good stuff. Yep. It's all about the money. Cha-ching! Alright guys, I'm out because I don't want to miss John and him start singing in the park there by himself and people start throwing change at him, so I'm gonna keep my eye out. So you guys have a great day and maybe we'll just see you in a little bit.